Hey everybody, in this video we're going to be finding values of arctangent. If you want to follow along, the links to the companion worksheet, they're in the description below. Also, don't forget to click that subscribe button so you can catch up on all the videos that we put out here. So let's get started. Now arctangent, like arcsine, deals with the right-hand side of the unit circle, so you're only going to get values between -90 and +90. But the difference between that and arcsine is that we get tangent by taking the y value divided by the x value. So whereas arcsine and arccosine, all you have to do is just eyeball where it happens, where you get the matching trig ratio. With arctan, you need a little more work. So for number 1, we want to find arctan of 1. So the question is, which point, when you divide the y value by the x value, would give you 1? Well, anytime you divide two numbers and get 1, that means the two numbers have to be the same. And the only time that happens is right here. Radical 2 over 2, radical 2 over 2. So that angle is going to be 45 degrees, like that. Now with number 2, here, we want to find where's the point when tangent is negative radical 3. So when we divide the y value by the x value, we get a negative. Well, that's not going to happen up here because these are all positive, so it has to happen down here with one of these three. And it's not going to come from here because these two are just opposite numbers. These are just going to give us -1. So it's either going to be from this one, if we take -1/2 divided by radical 3 over 2. Now we never actually ever divide fractions. We just multiply by the reciprocal. And so what we get is we get -1 over radical 3. Now if we were to rationalize that by multiplying square root of 3 over square root of 3, we would get negative square root of 3 over positive 3. And that's not the same thing as that, so that's not the point. So let's look at this one. If we take negative radical 3 over 2 divided by 1/2, and then negative radical 3 over 2, instead of dividing by 1/2, we multiply by 2 over 1, we get negative radical 3. There we go. There's our point. Now the thing to keep in mind is, like the arcsine video, these are not the angles we're actually dealing with, because arcsine goes from -90 to +90. So this angle matches with that. So this is -60 degrees. This angle matches with this, so this is -45. And this angle matches here, so this is -30 degrees. So the angle we get is -60 degrees for arctan. For number 3, here we want to know when is tangent square root of 3 over 3. Now this time it's positive, so that means we're looking at the top half. And again, we know that it's not going to be this. Now we can save ourselves a little bit of work here because the only difference between these points and these points is that up here the y value is positive. So for this point, tangent's going to be 1. For this one, tangent's going to be the same as that except positive. So we found that at this point, tangent was negative radical 3 over 3. So it's going to be positive radical 3 over 3. And this point corresponds here. And so we found at this point, tangent is negative radical 3, so up here it's positive radical 3. So here we go. This is where we're looking for, this point right here. Here, tangent is radical 3 over 3. That's the angle that we're looking for. So we get 30 degrees for that. Now on the second page, here we want to find the value of this entire expression. And so first, we want to figure out where is tangent radical 3. Well, that's this point right here. That's going to be 60 degrees. Over here, we want to know where is tangent negative radical 3 over 3. Well, that's right here at -30. So what we want is we want tangent of 60 degrees minus 30 degrees, which is the same as tangent of 30. So we're looking for tangent of this spot right here, which we already posted on the last page was square root of 3 over 3. And that's a positive because both the x and the y values are positive. So now down here we want to first figure out what is tangent of pi over 6. Well, that's the same thing as 30 degrees, and so that's square root of 3 over 3. Now that needs to be multiplied by square root of 3. And so when we do that, what happens is we end up with 3 over 3 because we multiply these two radical 3's together. And that simplifies to just tangent inverse of 1. So we want to know when is the tangent ratio 1. And looking here, that's only going to happen right here. That happens at 45 degrees. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Do you have suggestions or problems you want to see worked out? Type a comment below. To support the channel, click the Patreon link to help keep this going. Thanks so much for watching. And remember, the best way to understand something is to do it.